behalf of the HWSImpact Committee, I'd like to welcome you all and thank you for joining us for what is sure to be an evening of great exchange and dialogue. Hi everyone, my name is Joy Palapos. I work at the Office of Intercultural Affairs. This year we're fortunate enough to have this be the second annual HWSImpact. And before we actually introduce our storytellers, we figured we would give you a little bit of context. And for that, we have last year's storytellers, Africa O's and Cody Rivera.
My name is Cody Rivera. I'm currently a senior here at Fort College. Last year I shared my story at the first HWSImpact Day of Dialogue about my experience of being in foster care and how that shaped my understanding of family. And the reason I shared that is because I wanted to offer a suggestion of how our campus community becomes more like a family. And that's exactly the reason why I think it's important for myself to share my story and for everyone else to share their story, is because it creates a connection, a bond, an understanding with each other, which can lead to a family relationship.
Hi everybody, I'm Africa O, and I graduated in May 2016, and I work in the Office of Nurse. And I'm going to start off with a quote by Maya Angelou. There is no greater avenue than bearing the untold story inside of me. And her words ring very true. So last year I did a poem centered on the theme of Rose that Rose in Concrete. And I talked about my experience going to jail, coming out, coming to HWS, and how I felt like I never had a chance to tell my story. I was always defending myself, always proving myself, and felt like I had a muzzle on my tongue. But HWS impacted me the first time as a senior, mind you, that I was able to actually share my story and tell who I was and what was on in my head when I faced so many obstacles. So I commend the four storytellers that are here today, and I encourage the audience to actively listen because, as you know, they tell their stories, they empower themselves, but they'll also empower you. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Jeremy Wallace. I work in the Center for Engagement and Service Learning. Thank you, Cody and Africa, for giving us some context. And we spoke a little bit about how one of the discussions tonight after the storytellers and how we hope that we can sort of bring the campus a little closer together, a little bit more like a family. Now, if you think about that, though, sometimes when we have disagreements or conversations with our family, we don't always follow good ground rules, right? So what we want to talk about briefly is how we're going to put together some community standards for our discussions this evening. Does anybody have suggestions for how we can have good community standards for discussions tonight? Please raise your hands. It's hard to see. Don't be shy. Kevin. Okay, thank you. So address or attack idea, not person. Somebody else? Thank you in the back, yeah.
Listen to understand, not to reply.
Listen to understand, not to reply. So sometimes, yes, it's better to listen and let that sink in instead of immediately coming back, or while someone else is talking, you're thinking about how you want to say it perfectly. Just stop, take a moment, truly listen to what the other person is saying. Others? Yes, over there. Right. Thank you. What is said here stays here, so confidentiality is important. Cody?
Yeah, you cannot say the individual's names outside of this environment, but instead ideas and topics, concepts that we talk about.
Very good, thank you. Couple more? Okay, I want to add in also, it's like have a mic, one mic, so one speaker at a time. I kind of mentioned that earlier. Let's try not to talk over each other. Okay, so anybody else have anything before we move on? Yeah, all right, Stephanie, I know who that is. Go for it. Okay, ask each other critical questions. Thank you.
I have another, Jerry.
Yeah.
I would say share
Anybody else before we move on? Okay, so Darlene is typing these up over here so you can refer to them. Your facilitators will also be working to hold you to these rules, and we ask that you keep them in mind, and we have to have a difficult conversation that's constructive and respectful. Hope that this will be educational as well. All right, and with that, thank you. I'm going to pass it on to Caitlin.
How's everybody doing? Good. You anxiously awaiting the powerful narratives that will be shared by our student storytellers tonight? That was a weak yes. There we go. Give them some energy. Pump them up. All right. So, like Jeremy mentioned, my name is Caitlin O'Brien. I work at the Centennial Center for Leadership on campus, and I'm also a member of the HWSImpact Planning Committee. And I will be serving as a mini MC of sorts, introducing our student storytellers and giving a bit of a transition between each narrative. I ask that you give them your full attention. You really hold this space for them and be a present and engaged audience. We'll be applauding them as they're sharing their stories and we'll be supporting them, but I also wanted to take a moment to support all of you, your willingness to show up here tonight. Like it's been addressed so far as we've been opening things up, these are going to be some difficult topics, but they're also really powerful topics. And I think if we're willing to meet the storytellers where they're at, if we're willing to hear what they've so courageously chosen to share with us tonight, I think it will make us that much better and that much stronger as a community. So without further ado, I'd like to bring our student storytellers to the stage. Can we give them a round of applause? But to kick us off this evening, I'd like to introduce Naya.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
My name is Naya. I'm from Jersey. Shout out to all my Jersey heads in the audience. I don't know if you're there. Okay. Okay. I'm Nigerian American, and I grew up under Black culture. So today, I want to take you all back with me just a couple years. So let's travel to middle school. My years at middle school were pretty interesting, to say the least. Foreigners, specifically Africans and Haitians, were not very welcome. People would make fun of them because of their clothing style and their lack of coordination, specifically towards Haitians, and they would say, well, they might as well get dressed blindfolded. Or they would make remarks regarding their lunches. They would say, well, damn, I guess anyone could throw rotten fish in the bag and call it a meal now. As for Africans, oh, they weren't slaves either. They were made fun of because of their speech and their language. So kids walk up to them and speak and click as if that was their way of communication. So they would say, hey yo, David, what's up? As if David was supposed to respond, Isaiah, what's poppin'? These are just some of the examples of how foreigners were treated on a daily basis at my middle school. Although at the time was all fun and games, no one really wanted to be treated that way, including myself. So luckily, I was able to pass that solely a Black American. This was due to my Black American accent and my coordinated style. At the time, which consisted of, all pink baby fat, my pink shirt, pink socks, and my pink sweatshirts. Right? That was swag, seriously. It was. But the only obvious thing that connected me to my African roots was my name. But I shortened it to Naya. So how many of us in here have nicknames? Okay. Now I'm assuming these nicknames probably stem from shortening of a full name or maybe even an association of something that relates to you. Like for example, another one of my nicknames was cheese fry because that's legit all I ate 2 days Thursday one. No protein, with the sushi. That was it. So although these nicknames may be cute, fun, and innocent, mine came about for a different reason. I didn't shorten my name to help someone else pronounce it, but I shortened it in order to fit into my Black community. shortening my name wasn't the only thing I offered in order to fit in. So sometimes my mom made turkey chicken with potatoes and carrots, or she'll make jollof rice for dinner, and then pack it for me and my sister for lunch the next morning. But little did she know, in the morning I would switch it out with something next. Now this technique was working for a while. Like, I successfully avoided the racial remarks addressed towards foreigners. Well, this lasted all the way up until my middle school musical, Into the Woods. This is where I was the narrator. And after I was narrating the scene, the lights would turn off, and so the actors and actresses could prepare for the next play. And when that happened, it just left me and the audience in darkness. Where'd she go? Damn, is it midnight already? Peekaboo, I can't see you. Now, when the lights turn off, how do you feel? Do the people sitting next to you feel more your arm to make away? Does the room feel more vast and overwhelming? Do you feel more alone? These were all the feelings I felt during that time. Scene after scene, which later turned into class after class, month after month, year after year. Okay. This was a key moment in my life where I noticed differences based on my skin color. All right, now let's jump over to high school. I went from being one of 800 minorities in my middle school to being one of 8 blacks in the entire school. I attended a predominantly white, all-girls boarding school in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Now, you can imagine this took a lot of adjusting and getting used to. You would probably assume that I felt different, out of place, maybe, or maybe even an outcast compared to the rest of the student body. But actually, this is where I felt more comfortable than I ever had before. See, there's a difference when you're trying to fit into a community when you're one of the few who stand out, compared to when you feel as though you can't fit into your own community, where everyone is just like you. My high school experience was an essential transitioning factor to where I am now. It was where I was able to live my life without looking influences from society. I didn't have to deal with any more with subs or worry about what I could and could not eat in front of people. But although high school has helped me feel more comfortable and limitless, it never addressed the previous resentment I had toward my African roots. It was as if high school was a band-aid that covered up my scars. But there was nothing that acted as Neosporin or perhaps peroxide to assist me in the healing process. I still lived my diet, still ate my PB&Js, and wore my pink baby fat sweats. None of that changed. But I never had to look back at the scars I covered up 6 years ago in middle school. They were all still bottled up and kept inside. I didn't know how to address it, or even if I should. Fortunately, coming to college helped me answer these questions. All right, let's fast forward to about last year when I took the classroom retreat with some of my peers. At that time, I had no idea what classroom retreat was about. All I knew was that we had a weekend at a hotel, it was free, with the homies, it was free. So yeah, I was going. So, to my surprise and my benefit, the classroom retreat was the foundation I needed to start accepting myself and embracing myself and all of what that entails. To give you a little insight, it was an activity that separated us into groups. Each group was given a word to analyze, dissect, and later present. The word for my group was colorism. This is where our conversation began and stories about my past arose. For those of you who don't know, colorism is a prejudice or discrimination against individuals with darker skin tone, typically from their own racial or ethnic. And from that, I can never understand how a tone, just a half shade darker than yours, could determine whether you were considered beautiful or not. The past retreat helped me to challenge these ideas and also to realize my beauty both inside and out. High surgery was actually the first time I introduced myself by my full name, Ifanaya Chukwu Justina Okeke. Ifanaya Chukwu Justina Okeke. Man, isn't that beautiful? And to think for all these years I went by just Naya. But this is not to say that everyone has to address my full name now. But I just want you all to know I'm more than just my name. This is still a working process that is helping me grow and finally be the proud Nigerian that I know I am. Because now I can eat all the yellow rice I want with no shame. The HWS community has been that news story and peroxide that I needed to support me in this healing process. I'm grateful to be a part of an environment where I no longer have to suppress my identity. So for those of you who, like me, have changed something about yourselves for other people, stop. Be yourself and embrace it. Thank you.
Not everyone's journey is the same. Mine is unexpected. I don't remember anything from the first 5 years of my life, but I do recall witnessing the hard moments that my mom had to go through as a single mother in a country such as Ecuador. I remember hearing rumors of how people were taking a journey to another place called Los Estados Unidos, the United States, where they had a hope of accomplishing their dreams. So then, one day, my uncles, aunts, cousins, brother and sister started to take the journey. I thought it was going to be an easy journey, such as the ones you take during a school trip. I was 11 years old when I arrived home from school, and my mom said that it was time for us to take the journey. The journey started in Peru and ended in New York. The coyote, or the smuggler, that my mom contacted to help us come to the United States, said that we were going to arrive in 1 month. We departed from Ecuador on July 17, 2007, with the hope of arriving on August 17. I stopped at Peru, Panama, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Mexico. But I didn't get a chance to visit them. The real struggle started when we reached the border between Mexico and the United States. We were in a group of 23 people where I was the only child. We were told that it would only take us 3 days to cross the desert. We were transported from Baja California to Nogales, where we stayed in a warehouse with tons and tons of people sleeping next to each other. The next day, we woke up, ate breakfast, and sat outside in a little patio with the hope of being chosen to cross the desert. Suddenly, a big fat man approached us and pointed at us and said, "Get ready, tonight you will be crossing the border." He told us that we needed a bag of food, 2 gallons of water, and a black bag. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when a huge van came to pick us up. We immediately got on and we drove for about 4 hours. Suddenly they told us to stay quiet. We were approaching the border. Soon we were pulled over and we got out from the van. We lined up and then a man started to talk. He told us that he couldn't stop us from crossing the border, and then he gave us some tips to how to survive in the desert. After that, we drove for about 30 minutes and got out again. We had reached the border. Nothing was surrounding us, and so the coyote gave the sign to start walking. It got darker and darker. I started to panic and grab my mom's hand. I was only 11 years old and I was afraid to get lost. We walked a lot on the first day. On the second day, we were still walking and only took short breaks of 15 minutes. On the third night, I couldn't continue to walk anymore. I was feeling so much pain on every part of my body. People noticed it and started to beg the coyote to give us a couple hours of rest. Surprisingly, he said yes. He told us to sleep inside of the black bags and under a big tree to camouflage ourselves. Halfway through my sleep, I heard the sound and the light of a helicopter. Yes, it was a border patrol looking for us. But because we were inside of the black bags, they didn't see us. I heard low voices saying, "No te moverás. Do not move." At 11 years old, I didn't understand what was going on. I was so nervous. Nobody moved until the sound was gone, and the coyote then gave the sound and the sign to continue. On the fourth day, we started to run out of water and food. My mouth desperately cried for water. I didn't know how to stop my body for asking me for water. Night arrived, and we approached a fast-running river. I was so scared, and suddenly everybody started to cross it. I didn't even know how to swim, but I remember I grabbed my bag, and with the help of other people, I crossed the river. The night was cold, and so was the water. All night I walked in wet clothes, and everything felt heavier. On the fifth day, I could say it was our lucky day. Very early in the morning, we found a water reserve that was intended to be water supply for animals in the desert. I remember the water had a greenish color and many insects flying over. I didn't even care, and immediately I started drinking it. Then, I took my 2 bottles of water and I started to refill them. As we continued to walk, the coyote pointed to a mountain that seemed as if it was only a few miles away. He told us our final destination is behind the mountain. Unfortunately, it took us 2 days to reach and cross the mountain. On the 6th day, I was able to see my toes through my shoes. I was even able to feel the hot sand touching my feet. We were crossing an isolated area where there were no trees or anything to help us hide from the burning sun that was challenging ourselves to continue. I was very exhausted. The coyote was getting frustrated because I could not continue to follow his pace anymore. The previous night, the coyote gave a drug to a woman that couldn't continue to walk. And after 15 minutes, she was an Olympic racer. As an 11-year-old child desperate to survive, I begged him for the drug. And yes, I had to take it. At this point, my hopes were diminishing little by little. As it got darker, we were divided into 2 groups. I was in the second group. We saw car lights running 100 miles per hour. We were about to cross the highway. The coyote gave the sign and the first group ran to the other side. After 10 minutes, the coyote gave the sign and soon I was on the other side of the street. Then we reached a little pond surrounded by a lot of cows, and without even thinking, I ran to the pond and stuck my head into the water. Suddenly, a sign to run was given. Everybody desperately started to run. I couldn't continue anymore. I was falling behind. We ran and ran and ran until we saw 2 big trucks where suddenly the coyote said, "Ya llegamos." We had arrived. Those were the words that I was desperately waiting to hear. After that, we drove for about 8 hours until we reached Phoenix, Arizona. At Phoenix, I tried to get out from the truck, but my feet were not responding. My feet were swollen and full of bloody blisters. People started to carry me around because I could not continue to stand on my feet. I can still feel the pain on my feet today. After 5 days, I arrived to Brooklyn, where my sister picked me up. So much was the desperation to see a familiar face that I ran towards my sister without feeling the pain. I was finally safe. Then, the moment I stopped walking, I realized that 11 years old, I had accomplished something dangerous that many people don't survive. When somebody criticizes illegal immigrants, it hurts me because they don't know the reasons and their stories. I mean, what does the word illegal even mean? Why are we called illegals? Did I harm somebody? Did I do something wrong? Was I supposed to know the rules of a country that wasn't even mine at 11 years old? As many say, we broke the rules of this country. But what if the rules were wrong? Americans have only noticed what immigrants do and not what they have done. I mean, there are also immigrants who broke the rules in order to take over a continent that wasn't even theirs. They don't realize this since they haven't carried the illegal immigrant label as I have. I have never revealed myself to any American because I don't know how they will react and treat me. The American society treats us as if we were not humans. I mean, look at me. I am a normal person, right? I am a college student, like many of you, and who has done everything to satisfy the needs of this country. To be honest, I am tired of carrying this label, and today, I want to free myself from this label. Today is my opportunity to tell my story and educate people. Yes, I'm scared, very scared, of what society might say about me, but at this point in my life, I'm not interested in what they say because I'm not an illegal immigrant. Yes, I am an immigrant, but illegal? I just can't identify myself with the word that I don't even know what it means. I can't carry on with a label that will always make me go back to a time and a horrible experience that I didn't even survive. I almost didn't survive. Sometimes I wish I could erase all their memories from the past 10 years and not remember it the way I remember the first 5 years of my life. But unfortunately, I can't, since it has been something that has marked my memory and my heart. Thank you.
It's a miracle I'm standing up here presenting this narrative. I was 5 years old when I realized that I was different. I've come to realize that I spoke a different language than everyone else. Now, I'm not talking about actual languages that I spoke by everyday people, but a sound, a dialect that sounds like the igniting of an engine or the rumbling of a stomach. I discovered that I had a speech impediment, a stutter that can best be described as a traffic jam of words in my mind, because my mouth cannot get the words out as fast as my mind is processing it. My mental capacity is always questioned, because my infirmity was misunderstood. I was often asked questions such as, "Josiah, are you okay? Do you have a problem? Do you need more time to do your assignment? Why are you crying? Why are you so quiet, Josiah? Why do you always look angry, Josiah?" As a result of hearing these questions daily, I actually started to think that I was stupid and did not have a voice. My silence became a defense mechanism against those that I felt were a threat to my peace. I made efforts to stray from participating in class because I knew that if I opened my mouth, the entire class would erupt into laughter. My confidence felt like it was vanishing before my young 5-year-old eyes. I was being teased in class by my classmates scolded by the teachers because I couldn't read a passage aloud without messing it up, and questioned my own existence on this earth. I can remember having thoughts of taking my own life because I couldn't bear the pain of communicating or talking. From that point in my life until my sophomore year of high school, I didn't feel that my words had value. Every day I would ask God why He would give me such a deficiency that caused so much mental and emotional pain. Life didn't feel as if it was worth living. It wasn't until my sophomore year in high school that I began to accept my study. I was voted in by my lacrosse teammates to be captain of the lacrosse team. I had no idea what that position entailed. But what I did know, that I would have to step out of my comfort zone and interact with my teammates. As opposed to simply going to practice, to film, to lift, to conditioning, I had to be an example. I had to be vocal. As a result, I began to develop this newfound confidence that gave me the agency to live. You see, this new feeling of life had me feeling like Power Man. My mind and my confidence became bulletproof. My heart and my soul became my strength. And my faith in God became my weapon. You see, Power Man, also known as Luke Cage, is a Marvel character that is a black man, indestructible and super strong. How amazing is that? But his biggest qualm is accepting this newfound strength and becoming the hero that he needs to be. In my case, my struggle was developing my speech into something that I can call mine, and love in its entirety. With that being said, starting my sophomore year, that is exactly what I did. Debate became my crime to fight and overcome. Through my college-bound program, Legal Outreach, I was forced to do 3 constitutional law debates every year, starting with my sophomore year. I did not want to debate at all. I did not prepare for the debates. I even considered not showing up at times. However, every time I presented my argument, I felt as if the walls of the room closing in on me. As I looked up to read my speech, my vision got blurry. The looks of confusion were on the judges' faces. I became discouraged and stuttered the whole time. From that point on, I did not want to be looked at as illiterate. As a result, Josiah's language was birthed. I began to realize that my words are intellectual, my flow is impeccable, and my stutter is beautiful. Before I knew it, I began not to care about the reactions that people had when I stuttered. By doing this, I released the shackles of fear, pain, and anguish that I was bound by for so many years. Looking back, my speech impediment is the greatest gift that God has given me. God allowed me to struggle to find my voice. According to the great philosopher Fabulous, God gives us toughest battles to the strongest soldiers. As I stand here today, I know that I have a voice in this world, and that it is valued and it is appreciated. Because without struggle, there is no progress. Thank you.
They say every relationship has its ups and downs. The ups for him smiling, the downs, the bruises from when I could have made him happier. He doesn't deserve you, my friends would say, but I never felt like enough. Bruises are not like roses and violets, the reds and blues of romance we rhyme so fondly about. They were blacks and blues of hatred. Hatred of myself. And yet I did nothing, said nothing, because I thought no one else would want a girl in black and blue. It came out there were others that didn't make him happy. There were others whose blood vessels burst under his fingers. There were others who flinched at high fives, who had ups and downs, who never felt deserving, whose roses and violets wilted before their eyes. So I left. I'd be safe. I was depressed. They told me there's other fish in the sea, but I've never liked that because I've never liked fish. It always made me feel as if I was drowning in a world where no one was made for me. No one to love a girl with bruises. Part 2, learning to paint. You're different. You are not like the other one. You don't kiss me too hard or tear me apart or ignore me when I say I'm done. This feels right. This just might finally be a connection I have that's not based on I'm a king and you're the dog under the table. Because now I am able to leave her love. So when I told you what he did to me, it hurt to see your face as if I was a disgrace and you had been loving something tainted all this time. Well, my body is mine. Yes, it's been conquered and there have been battles, invaders, and civil wars on those days I questioned why bother. But you were different. You weren't like the other one. You didn't kiss me too hard or tear me apart or ignored me when I said I was done. You took one look at my true colors, this mismatched Picasso with a broken face, a broken soul, and withdrew your bid. Because no matter how priceless I may be, I am always some abstract canvas no one understands, no one quite gets, no one sees. The lonely frame in a gallery everyone recognizes but doesn't value, despite the delicate lines, fierce colors, and history. I may be some accident James Pollock threw about, but I figured myself out. I have figured out that I am a masterpiece, not by design, but because that is what I have decided to be. Part 3, learning to add. We used to say, I miss you and stuff, because we were too afraid to say the L word, because somehow it was scary allowing yourself to be loved. Allowing yourself to be loved as if somehow I shouldn't be. Some force of the universe with unwritten rules seared I am not worthy into my mind's eye. So when I close my eyes, all I can see is that phrase. When I blink, when I sleep, when he kisses me. They say love is blind. Maybe it's not love. Maybe it's us. We would rather cry to breakup playlists than dance to love songs. We'd rather sit at a bar than at a table for 2 or 3 or 4, because how I see it, 1 + 1 can be so much more than just 2. So I turn to my times tables, my TI-83, and my well-worn eraser and try to work the math out, but it was never designed to make sense. There are no practice problems for your heart. It's finals week, baby. Reading days are over. No more benchwarming. You are starting. And it's scary as fuck. But it's never a fail. It's always a fall. And if you hit the ground face first, don't tell yourself never. Tell yourself not yet. Because you will fall over and over and over. So stand back up. And if you can't, don't worry. That's okay. That's what friends are for. And you know, that's the problem I have with Toy Story 2. You know, the part when he goes, when somebody loved me. Jessie, honey, someone loves you right now. People wake up. Open your eyes. You may not have a high school sweetheart and you may not have the best Tinder luck, but there are people that would do anything for you. Stop beating your heart up. Let it flutter. Let it race. Let it skip a love as a thing to be in or out of. We should think of it as something we are under, something we cannot escape. And if we loved our neighbors as we love ourselves, I think the world would be filled with too much hesitation. We should love ourselves like others love us. And just as the universe tends towards chaos, people tend to care. And yeah, you may be just one, and I may be just one. But how I see things, 1 + 1 can be so much more than just 2.